This is Rousey, and it is 10:56 p.m. on a Thursday evening, January 29th, and I just can't get Mosley Margarito out of my system, so I had to make another video. And what I want to talk a little bit about is rounds 8 and 9. I posted those on my website, boxing12.com, those two rounds. Sorry, it's in Spanish, but that's all I could find on YouTube. And posted a little article there, so I hope maybe y'all check that out. But I'd like to talk a little bit, like I say, about round 8 and round 9 of that fight, the crucial rounds for Mosley. And, up to that point, the fight had pretty much gone Mosley's way. He was headed for a decision. And that's what it looked like was going to happen unless Margarito made a miracle comeback, which was certainly not out of the question based on his fight against Cotto. But with 33 seconds left in the round, I think Mosley showed his skills with the uppercut, the right uppercut, which came out of nowhere. He hadn't thrown that punch, I don't think, for the whole fight. And then he comes up with that uppercut like that, got Margarito right under the chin, and that stunned him. And, if you're sitting there fighting and your adrenaline's going and you're getting hit and the punches is coming, certainly it's taking its damage on you. But when you get hit up in the jaw like that, unexpected, that stuns you. We've all had that happen, whether we're a fighter or not, and you run into something and you're a little off balance and you don't know what hits you. Or you're in a car wreck or something. We've all had that, whether we're fighters or not. And Mosley seized the moment like any good fighter will, and he went in for the kill. And then as he's going after him, another punch. And I think one thing that's evident in that round 8 is how powerful Mosley is with both hands. I think a lot of boxers box, and I'm sure their dominant hand does the most damage, but he comes in with a left. Again, Margarito doesn't see it and just, again, stuns him and puts him up against the ropes. And then at that point, Mosley starts measuring him. Measuring with the left hand, coming in with the right, and just puts him down. In the fight, pretty much at that point was over. Now we've Margarito is taking a beating here in the press and from a lot of folks out here talking about him. And like we say, I think he's innocent until proven guilty. We got to let this thing play out to see how we're going to judge him on this matter. But I have to, we've talked a lot about Mosley and how good he did, and Margarito certainly wasn't his best day, but I've got to give the guy some credit for coming out in the 9th round. I don't think it was a smart thing to do. I think there's times when you do throw in the towel and you look to fight another day, but any kind of warrior that goes out when he's in the condition, and Margarito was in no condition to go out for that fight, but any guy that stands up and says, I don't care what you say, trainer, I'm going out and I'm going to fight. And with that, the guy gets my props. He gets my respect. The thing with the gloves aside, I admire that. And I admire Margarito. And I hope this whole thing with the gloves plays out to where it wasn't anything. Because I don't think boxing needs that. Also, I want to take just a moment to talk about Nazeem Richardson again. Like I say, I can't get a couple of these things out of my head. I just have to, I think about them all day. I guess that's weird, but that's just the way a good fight does me. And Nazeem Richardson, and I didn't really like some of the announcers, what the comment they made when Richardson made the comment to Mosley when he was in the corner. He said, Shane, you got to go in there and swim without getting wet. And people were joking, saying, what does that mean? Well, I think it's obvious what it means. You go in there, he was telling the guy, go in there and swing and hit and get your punches, score your punches, but don't let this guy get you. And I think it's very obvious what he meant. And, of course, Shane doesn't need that kind of direction. But I think, because he's a good fighter, but the purpose of a good trainer is that you keep your boxer focused. Because when you're in there getting hit and all the things that are going on, all the crowd's going crazy, you need your trainer to keep you focused, and he kept him focused, kept him on his game plan, and I thought that was an excellent job. And the other thing that he did is he encouraged his fighter. Did you see when he came over to the round, I think it was round 7 or round 8, before he went out there, he said, Shane, nobody is faster than you. Right there, he's giving the guy some momentum. I mean, if anybody encourages you like that, you're going to go out and really put a whooping on somebody because you believe in yourself, and he was doing that. The guy's 37 years old. Maybe he doesn't need that, but hey, we all need a little confidence boost, and Nazim was giving him that, and I thought it was an excellent effort. Okay, I'm going to cut it off here. Like I say, I posted some things on my website, boxing12.com, so check it out. And for now, boxing12.com. How's that for a closing? How about that hand speed? This is Rousey. I'm out.